What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Monday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after a day. I don't really know how we're going to rank yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. Houston money line brought in 3 units. We have concluded our rollover money line parlay. So we took $100 and we bet that every game that Houston played, and we wound up $407, or the total was $407. So we were up $300 on that play. Okay. By taking Houston and rolling it over, we had no need to ever come back and bet Tennessee. Houston never trailed in that game. There was no opportunity. We didn't need to. We just kicked our heels up, and that was an easy cash for us. The over should have hit if Tennessee did anything like they were supposed to have done in the first half. They scored 15 points in the first half. They scored 20 points in the first half, and this goes over. So that kind of stunk. NBA player props are still yet to be decided at the moment. At the time of taping, those were placed on the Discord channel and on the BettingPros app. So we'll see how those bets wind up later on here tonight, as we're taping around 8:45 on the East Coast, Eastern time. So, I mean, by my count, that's a winning day and a pretty good up 3 units basically for us yesterday. I guess it would be up. No, it would be up 2 units or 2.5 units. So it would have been a good day yesterday. So it would have been, the Houston experiment works. So if you go by, $100, you bet 100, we won 4 units coming back on that. So however way you want to do that, pick it up. If the 1 unit is $100, then it's a 4 unit day. But so kind of hard to justify. Everyone's unit size is going to be different. I just did that as an example of how you can roll over a money line during a tournament, and you can make more money rolling it over than if you bet at plus 260 Houston to make the Final Four. We wound up with $400 instead of being left with $260. So that is how we want to do it. So good job out of us on that for Houston. Okay, let's talk about a couple things here for us today. One, tomorrow we will have a live stream, and we will get into the live stream coming up for the NCAA Tournament Final Four. We have all 4 number 1 seeds. Terrell Furman and I will give us our initial thoughts, picks, and plays, and ways you can bet it for Houston and Duke in Auburn and Florida. Our 10-1 ticket for Florida is still alive. I will talk about hedging opportunities during that live stream tomorrow, Tuesday at 5:30 Eastern Time with myself and Terrell Furman. If you have not entered into the Pick'em contest, we are down to just 3 games left, so you got to get involved. The Pick'em contest presented by FanDuel. Enter for your chance to win $1,000 in FanDuel DFS credits, signed jerseys, annual BettingPros subscriptions, and more. For your chance to win, go to bettingpros.com/contest. That's bettingpros.com/contest. You're going to need to jump in on that pretty soon because, as I said, we are running out of games in which to bet. Okay, so it's Monday. I don't love the card. I'm not going to lie here, okay? I'm not in love with much, but I am going to go to the prop bet cheat sheet for baseball for the first time. And Anthony Santander for the Blue Jays, he is a popular pick on the prop bet cheat sheet, okay? We're going to dip our toe into the baseball prop bet cheat sheet on this. We're not going to go heavy. We're going to dip our toes in. Through 4 games so far, he has only come in and gone over 1.5 bases 1 time. But the prop bet cheat sheet likes him to go over 1.5 bases here today for the Blue Jays. Now, does that mean this guy's going to go over? I have no idea. It is very early, but this is the Washington Nationals, and it's an opportunity potentially against a Michael Soroka, not a great pitcher. I mean, there's not that many great pitchers at all pitching for the Washington Nationals. So, Gore's not bad, but they don't have that many good pitchers. So, a double, a home run, a triple, 2 singles gets us this for Anthony Santander. So, we're going to jump in on that because, 1, it's plus money. It's plus 105. And the prop bet cheat sheet likes it. So, I'm not going to go heavy on this, but to start the Major League Baseball season, I think it's not that bad of an idea to kind of dabble here in the prop bet cheat sheet for Major League Baseball. And if you guys want to check out how I'm finding these things out, you can use the BettingPros Premium. Download the BettingPros app. Use the code JUICE to get a 7-day free trial. 7 days for free of BettingPros Premium with the prop bet cheat sheet, so you guys can look at all the data that I'm looking at. Bet smarter, not harder here with this. So our first Major League Baseball bet of the season in the regular season is Anthony Santander over 1.5 bases for him at plus 105. Prop bet cheat sheet play. Let's jump in with this. Let's see how that winds up going for us here today. Okay, bet number 2. Colorado's at home against Calgary. Colorado is 25-11-2 at home. Calgary is 15-14-7 on the road. Avs have won 4-2 and 4-2. Both times these two teams played. Both times these games were played in Calgary. This game's now in Colorado, where the Avalanche just had their home win streak snapped by the St. Louis Blues. They lost 4-2. Sorry, 2-1, excuse me. That snapped a 4-game win streak for them overall and a 6-7 streak, losing 2-1 to St. Louis. But they beat the Kings 4-0. They beat the Red Wings 5-2, Canadiens 5-4, Senators 5-1. The Avs to win in regulation. Much better bet than betting this at minus 250, but the Avs to win in regulation, not that expensive at minus 155. I like the way Colorado is playing. They obviously, from a standings perspective, need to keep winning. This is going to come down to the wire for a bunch of these games. I mean, they're currently occupying the 3rd spot in the Central. Winnipeg and Dallas have both clinched. Colorado has not. They've got teams charging them down like Minnesota and St. Louis and whatnot. So they have played 74 games. They got to keep winning. They're 7-2-1 over their last 10 games, and they're 25-11-2, like I said, at home, taking on a team in Calgary that is 5-3-2 over their last 10 games. They've lost 2 games in a row, and they have a minus 24 negative goal differential. We're going to take the Avalanche in regulation at minus 155 for them here today. And to the NBA, I'm going to put NBA player props on the Daily Juice app. Sorry, on the BettingPros app under my account at Sports Talk Matt. I'm going to go back to doing that. So I'm going to have 2 NBA player props that I will put up from the prop bet cheat sheet. But there's so much movement with players in and out. There was a brawl last night. Suspensions coming. Can't get involved with the prop bet cheat sheet yet for the NBA until today, this morning. So be following me on the BettingPros app at Sports Talk Matt. But I am going to bet Boston and Memphis, and I'm going to bet the over for Boston and Memphis. These two teams played one time already, and it was an awesome game. This is on TNT. It was a 127-121 final, a win for the Grizzlies in Boston. Celtics are favored by 4.5. I do lean Boston. Boston's had a ridiculous winning streak here. They've won 14 of 15 games on the road. So I do lean towards Boston to win this game. They're 31-7 on the road, but the Grizzlies are 25-12. I don't know who's playing yet for Boston. Jaylen Brown's a game-time decision. Everyone else is supposed to play here, Tatum and company, but let's see what happens with who's in and who's out for the Boston Celtics. That will factor in. But from a pace of play perspective, I expect a lot of points. I expect both teams to play really up-tempo. And you look at the way that some of these games have gone for the Grizzlies. 134-127 against the Lakers. 125-104 against OKC. 140-103 against Utah. 128-108 against the Clippers. 115-99 against Portland over their last 5 games. Boston's not much different. 121-111, 132-102, 113-95, 129-116, and 121-99, all on the road, all during this road trips, all wins for the Boston Celtics here. You want to bet Celtics first half team total? I like it. Okay, it was 62.5 in the last game against the Spurs. It went over to 64. I think that's a good bet. But instead, I just, in case somebody's out for Boston and Memphis scores a lot of points, we're going to go ahead and just bet the over 234.5 for Boston and Memphis. Okay, so our plays for today. 2 NBA player props to come on the BettingPros app at Sports Talk Matt. Go and search me there. Anthony Santander, over 1.5 bases at plus 105. Boston and Memphis over 234.5 at minus 110, and Colorado in regulation up against the Calgary Flames at minus 155 for 1.55 units. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.